technology, Mustan. Today I have come with you with Call Annie on the topic of motivation. What is motivation? How it affects our lives and the students, and what is the psychology of it? How it can be handled and established, and what are the techniques to adopt it and to motivate the students? We will discuss comprehensively this topic with Annie. Annie, first of all, please define what is motivation.
Walaikum assalam najam. Hey, I love this topic. Motivation is like the secret sauce in life and teaching, right? So, motivation is basically the inner drive or reason that pushes us to take action toward a goal. It's what gets us out of bed in the morning, keeps students engaged, and helps us keep going when things get tough. Psychologically, motivation can be intrinsic, coming from within, like personal interest or satisfaction, or extrinsic, driven by external rewards or pressures. Both play a role in how we and our students behave. What about you? How do you usually see motivation showing up in your classroom? And have you noticed what sparks it the most for your students?
How do internal and external motivation differ?
Great question, Najam. So, internal motivation, also called intrinsic motivation, is when you do something because you genuinely enjoy it or find it meaningful. Like when a student reads a book because they're curious or passionate about the topic. It's that warm, fuzzy feeling of satisfaction from within. External motivation, or extrinsic motivation, is when you do something to get a reward or avoid a consequence. Think grades, praise, or even avoiding detention. It's like a carrot or stick, outside you pushing you forward. Both can work, but internal motivation tends to be more sustainable and leads to deeper engagement. I'm curious, do you find your students respond better to one or the other?
Uh,
Or maybe a mix?
which type of motivation works best, internal or external?
Oh, the classic, which is best debate. Honestly, Najam, internal motivation usually has the upper hand for long-term success. When students are genuinely interested or find personal meaning in what they're learning, they tend to stick with it, even when it gets challenging. External motivation can be great for jump-starting action or encouraging specific behaviors, but it might not last once the reward or pressure is gone. Like if you only study for a test to get a good grade, what happens after the test? That said, a smart combo can be magic, using external motivators to spark interest, then nurturing internal motivation to keep the fire burning. What's your take? How do you balance these in your teaching?
Having your goal or passion, proper passion in life, play a role in staying motivated.
Absolutely, Najam. Having a clear goal or passion is like having a personal compass. It keeps you on track when the path gets bumpy. When you're passionate about something, motivation feels less like a chore and more like a natural pull. In fact, passion fuels intrinsic motivation big time. It makes learning or working feel meaningful, which helps us push through obstacles and stay committed. I'm curious, what's a passion or goal that keeps you motivated, especially in your role as a professor? And how do you help your students discover their own passions?
Does environment play a role in affecting motivation and psychology of it?
Oh, totally. Environment is like the stage where motivation's drama plays out. A positive, supportive environment can boost motivation by making people feel safe, valued, and inspired. Think about a classroom where students feel comfortable sharing ideas. That vibe encourages curiosity and engagement. On the flip side, a stressful or negative environment can zap motivation, making people anxious or withdrawn. Psychologically, our surroundings affect our mood, focus, and even how our brain releases motivation-related chemicals like dopamine. I'm always amazed at how little changes, like lighting, seating, or even music, can shift the whole energy in a room. What's your classroom vibe like? Do you tweak the environment to help your students feel motivated?
What are the factors that lead to less motivation?
Ah, the motivation killers. Several factors can sneak in and drain motivation. Najam. Here are some big ones. 1. Lack of clear goals. When students don't know what they're aiming for, it's hard to stay motivated. 2. Fear of failure. Anxiety about messing up can freeze action instead of fueling it. 3. Boredom or lack of interest. If the material feels irrelevant or dull, motivation dips. 4. Overwhelm or burnout. Too much pressure or workload can exhaust motivation. 5. Negative environment. Criticism, lack of support, or distractions can zap energy. 6. Low self-confidence. If students don't believe in themselves, they might give up easier. Have you noticed any of these popping up in your students? What do you think is the biggest motivation challenge in your classroom?
What habits can increase motivation?
Oh, great one. Habits are like little motivation boosters we can build daily. Here are some handy ones. 1. Setting small, clear goals. Breaking big tasks into bite-sized pieces makes progress visible and rewarding. 2. Positive self-talk. Encouraging yourself helps build confidence and keep doubts at bay. 3. Mindfulness or short meditation. Taking a moment to breathe and reset can refresh motivation. 4. Celebrating wins. Even tiny achievements deserve a mini celebration. It fuels momentum. 5. Routine and consistency. Making work or study a habit reduces the need for willpower. 6. Journaling reflections. Writing down what motivates you or what's blocking you can bring clarity. I'm curious, do you have any go-to habits that keep your motivation high?
Any can
Or maybe something you want to try?
self discipline play a role in maintaining you motivated? Self discipline.
Ah, self-discipline, the trusty sidekick of motivation. Without it, even the strongest motivation can fizzle out. Self-discipline helps us stick to our goals, especially when motivation dips or distractions creep in. Think of it like a muscle. The more you practice self-discipline, the stronger it gets. It's what helps you show up, do the work, and keep going even when you don't feel like it. In a self-disciplined life, you create routines, manage time well, and resist short-term temptations for long-term wins. It's like being your own coach. How do you practice self-discipline in your daily life? And do you teach your students ways to build it too? Oh, fear can be such a sneaky roadblock, right? Here are some techniques I find super helpful to tackle fear and keep that motivation flowing. 1. Break it down. Big goals can feel scary. Split them into tiny, manageable steps to make fear less overwhelming. 2. Visualize success. Imagine yourself achieving your goal. It rewires your brain to focus on positive outcomes. 3. Reframe fear as excitement, that jittery feeling. Tell yourself it's excitement instead of fear. It changes your mindset instantly. 4. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself if things don't go perfectly. Fear often comes from harsh self-judgment. 5. Take imperfect action. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Just start, even if it's messy. Momentum builds confidence. 6. Use affirmations. Positive statements like "I am capable" can quiet the fear voice. 7. Mindful breathing. When fear hits, pause and take deep breaths to calm your nervous system. What fears do you notice popping up when you or your students chase goals? Maybe we can brainstorm some specific ways to face them. Absolutely, Najam. To advise students to stay motivated, we can encourage them to set clear, personal goals that connect to their interests and dreams. Break tasks into small steps to make progress feel achievable. Celebrate their successes, no matter how small. Practice positive self talk and remind themselves why learning matters. Create a supportive study environment free from distractions. Use mindfulness techniques to manage stress and stay focused. Remember that setbacks are part of growth, not failure. So, in conclusion, motivation is the heart of learning. It drives students to engage, persist, and grow. By nurturing their passions, setting clear goals, and building supportive habits, we help them unlock their full potential. And with a little self discipline and kindness toward themselves, they can overcome fear and keep moving forward. What do you think? Would you add anything to this wrap up?
Thank you very
I
much,
love how
Annie.
passionate
You
you are
have
about this topic.
explained the topic to the very satisfaction of our students. Thanks again for elaborating comprehensively the topic. We will come again with some new topics to disclose with you and to discuss in detail the
I'm
every
already
aspect of it. Till then, stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.